guys! Woo! Welcome to another episode of Tarot Tidings. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. I'm trying some new stuff. Again, I'm very new to YouTube, so I'm going to be doing some. Oh, hi! How are ya? I'm just doing some new ways of doing this, I guess. So I'm gonna try to be doing a couple toasty tarot nights and some tarot tidings and see if we like this actual live instead of me pre-recording it. I bet you my phone will appreciate it as well. I hope all of you guys are doing so great. With tarot tidings, basically what I'm going to be doing is just reading tarot. So it's whatever tarot wants to tell you guys. So before I get started, this is a general reading. So if it does, yes, it is. What a treat. Woohoo! But this is a general reading, and if it resonates with you, yes, super excited. If it doesn't resonate with you, well, I'm very sorry. Sorry about that. But I have other videos and other things you can watch that might resonate with you. Who knows? Also, if there's a love reading that comes into play, my default is reading to a female about a male. So, well, thanks. Thank you for liking my energy. I appreciate it. But my default is the reading towards a female about a male. So he's gonna be she's gonna be he, she, whatever's going on in our life. So I'm gonna take a little drink. I'm enjoying some LaCroix. I guess. I don't know. All right, let's get started, shall we? Also, if you are not subscribed, make sure you do subscribe. Woo! And also like this video. What does tarot want to talk about? Okay, so it looks like we actually had 2 cards come out, and then that one. Ooh, actually 3 cards. Very interesting. So our first card is the High Priest, which is also the Hierophant. I was told once that I shouldn't call it the Hierophant, which is how I would call it, and I got chewed out for it. So it's the Hierophant. And then we also have the Fool. It's very interesting. And then we have the 5 of Cups. If you hear that noise, that's just my dog drinking water. So it feels like this is a lesson, a teaching moment with that High Priest, as well as this being the Fool. So this is something that you're learning for the first time. This is something brand new. This is big. Those are 2 major arcanas. So that is huge. So it looks like you also have the 5 of Cups, which is not being optimistic. You are learning about something that is new and that is a new chapter, but it looks like you're kind of holding on to some of that old chapter and feeling not optimistic. In this card, you can see that there are, where are they? There's the 2 that are full, the 2 cups, and then there's 3 spilled cups. And she's being all bummed out because of those 3 spilled cups, but not seeing that there's 2. So that's kind of my feeling of what's going on. I feel like this is just some sort of huge life lesson that you're going into a next chapter, which is amazing. This is so cool. But it's don't get stuck in the past. Don't get stuck in the past. So let's do some clarifying cards. Coda, you thirsty? Jeez Louise. Okay. Got 2 cards. I see one that is the Father of Pentacles, which is King of Pentacles, and the other 2 are face down. Okay, that's too many. Okay. So we have the Father of Pentacles, We have the Hermit. And we have the Father of Swords, which is King of Swords. Okay, wow. Okay, so right away we have another major arcana. So that's 3. That is 3 total. You have the Hierophant, the Fool, and now you have the Hermit that's coming. So this definitely feels like this is like single energy. This is solely yours. This doesn't feel like this is any sort of relationship besides the relationship with yourself. I do feel like this big change is something that has to do with money, that has something to do with having like maybe a business or job related. This is material matters, and it feels like you're leveling up in that. So that's very cool. As well as, and this makes me feel like this is a business because you have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is that intellectual, and it's very like cut and dry, cut to the point. They're not frilly, they're not romantic, they're not anything. They are just like businessman. So that makes me feel like this is a total business read. This is something that's going on with your personal finances, and whatever you're doing, you're learning a lesson. This is a new chapter. This is awesome. This is so cool. Again, I think the only heed warning so far in this read, because I'm going to keep building on this. This is feeling really good. Is that 5 of Cups. That 5 of Cups is just like do not hold on to the past. It's learn from your lessons, but also count the blessings, because this new chapter, like most new chapters, you're going to have some growing pains in there. You're going to have like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have been that way, or I shouldn't have made this decision. It's easier just to have that 9-to-5 job and not my own. And you're going to have that a lot. All right, so let's see what else we have. Ooh, oh, these cards creep me out sometimes. In the best of ways, though. Ooh, that one flung out. And this... Okay, so we have 2 cards that I can see. And the first one is the Hanged Man. And actually, that's funny that the Hanged Man was my card of the day for my Instagram. My Instagram is Witchaboise. And that's all one word. You should go follow me on there. That's where you can actually win a free reading from me. Okay. Whoa. All right. So there's a lot of cards. There's a lot of messages already. So we have that Hanged Man. There he is. And then this one just flung out. This is Ace of Wands, which is total passion, total energy. This feels like this is an entrepreneur, like you are doing something that is your own business, that is your own stuff. And that Ace of Wands is like screaming that. So you have also the 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is kind of like a victory when it doesn't feel like it's a victory. It feels like it's one of those things like you won, but it didn't even feel like you won. You know, it's kind of that like, ugh. And I think that kind of coincides with your 5 of Cups. It's that kind of same like melancholy kind of like ugh, feeling. So it definitely feels like you're gonna have some growing pains with this. Okay. So then, oh, hello from France. Bonjour. Oh, I love France. I've been there twice, actually. Very cool. So, it looks like the next card is the 9 of Cups. And 9 of Cups is like your wish. That's your wish card. That is like dreams come true. This is so cool. Like this whole spread is like, if you're looking for a sign, like being dead serious, just how this is reading, if you're looking for a sign that what your decision is to grow your own business, or you're going to that next step of just being your own boss and that kind of thing, this is it, because you have the Nine of Cups. You have that your dreams are going to come true. This is all working like together as like this is it, like you are on the right path. This is confirmation that you have all of this guidance. And it looks like there's so many of these major arcanas that are individuals. So you have like the Hanged Man, you have the Fool, you have the High Priest, you have the Hermit. So these are all singular people. And so it just totally feels like this is just you doing your thing, and it's amazing. This is such a cool read. This is such a cool energy that is for business. It looks like you also got the Two of Pentacles, and Two of Pentacles is like multitasking. So just so you know that, yeah, you are starting this new venture into whatever this business is, whatever this new money-making thing is, you need to know that this is not going to be easy. This is definitely not going to be anything that is going to come easy, and you're going to be multitasking. This also can be, I'm feeling like this can also be a second job kind of deal. So it's not like you're going to quit your job that you're at now, but you're going to be doing side job and side work on this new business. And I do feel that, at least with this energy, that if you keep it up and you keep doing it and you keep working it and you still have that Nine of Cups that's on your side, that this is gonna be your new main income. But you're gonna have to hustle. You're gonna have to do some hustle work with it. And then you have the Two of Swords, another two. And that's a decision between your mind and your heart. And I totally believe that this is coming back to that Five of Cups. This is totally coming back to that, like, I don't know if I made the right decision. And I think you're going to start to toss back and forth, because you're going to have that work that's going to come to you and be like, wow, this is actually a lot of work. But I do believe that if you keep going at it and you keep doing it, this is going to be very successful. It's just, you have to get yourself out of that funk, and you have to make sure that, yeah, you are making the right choice. It's going to keep coming up where it's like, I don't know if I did. It is. It feels like at least this reading is confirmation that it is reading. And then you have, which, hello, this is like the best card you can get, is the Sun. So this right now just tells me as confirmation that all of this is great. Like, this is right. What you are doing and this success that's going to come with you is going to be positive. You have this sun shining on it. Now, with the sun, of course, it does burn you, and that's the one thing. You're going to start to feel a little burnt out, but you got to keep on it. And I think the more that you get into it, and the more that you get used to what you have to do to make ends meet and how you're going to readjust your new chapter, it's going to be worth it. And so then you have also the Seven of Wands, and Seven of Wands is like kind of like a defensive. From what I'm getting, at least with the defensiveness, is that people are going to start to question you of like, are you sure you want to do this? And that's going to also make you second guess it. You're going to have that back and forth with it, with, I don't know if this is right. I don't know if I should have done this. I should have just stayed and did what I was doing and blah, blah, blah. You're going to have that defensiveness that's up, that's going to come into play. And that's going to be other people that might be focusing on what is going on and what you're doing. And a lot of times when people see success, like, I try to be very excited for people, and a lot of times there's some people, and that's negativity and toxic people. They will see your success and they will try to take you down from it. And you know what? You have the sun, hello, and they can just go away. They can just leave, leave us alone. We got the sun. And so I feel like that's kind of what you're going to have. Some haters, you're going to have some people that are going to be questioning, like, is this right? I think that this is crazy, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? You're going to defend yourself because you know for sure that this is the right path. Now, the last card that we have before I end this reading is the shadow side. Now, don't get freaked out. The shadow side, this deck is the Witch's Tarot. They do not have the devil card. They have the shadow side. So this is the devil. So the devil can mean a lot of different things. It can mean addictions, it can mean obsessions. And I think that this can lean more towards like you're going to be thinking about work, you're going to be thinking about this business or whatever is going on, this new chapter, and become obsessed. I feel like that is an option, definitely, but I don't feel like that's it. Another thing that people that you can come off with the devil is someone that is in substance or addictions, things that are like gambling, drinking, doing drugs, and that definitely can be something that you might want to just keep your eye out for, especially if you're starting to get that stress, that multitasking, and you're trying to find ways of just like, I need to like settle down and blah blah blah, and you start drinking. Watch your drinking intake, watch if you have any sort of recreational drugs that are legal in your state, but just watch yourself with those and try to find stress relievers that's outside of substance. And I think that's one of the things that I'm really getting off of. But the biggest one is actually selfishness. I feel like you are going to need to be selfish in this endeavor. Like I said before, there's so many major arcanas, with this one not included, but I guess the devil can be one. That's single players. It's single people. So you have the Hanged Man, you have the Hermit, you have the Fool, you have the High Priest or the Hierophant, and you have these one singular people, and it makes me feel like, yeah, you're going to be selfish in that way, because this is your life, and that's one of, like, you have to always remember that yeah, there's other people, especially if you have kids and you have like a spouse and you have that you have responsibility. Of course, you can't be completely selfish, but you have to be selfish with this endeavor. This is not going to be something that is going to be, it can be a little bit of that shadow part of it, where you're going to it's going to kind of consume you, and that comes back to that obsession too. But you're going to have to be selfish in order to make this become great. And some people are not going to like that, and that, especially if you have kids, if you have a spouse or a significant other, they're gonna hate this. It's just like, let's be real. But at the same time, it's going to be worth it in the end. So it's going to be a little bit of that selfishness until you start to actually take this and get this running. Because again, this is a new chapter. This is a brand spanking new chapter that I'm seeing. And so this is going to be, it's going to be years until you are in the middle of this chapter, or even towards the end. So this is going to be some time of just being selfish. So with that being said, I think I'm done with that. Give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope that it did resonate with you. Very cool reading. All right, I'm gonna take a sip of my LaCroix. Ho-ho. All right, we're gonna go on to the next reading. What does tarot want to talk about? Oh, you're welcome. What does tarot want to talk about? Ooh, that one was just flippity floppity. Okay. I swear, sometimes these cards, they just creep me out, but like in the best way. Oh my gosh! Okay. All right. So we have the Eight of Cups, right? Yes. Eight of Cups, which is like moving on. It's moving past it. Then we have the Chariot. So I saw this one last. And this one actually, the Chariot is like going into war. It's also being really good teammate. Within the Chariot, you have the vehicle that's heading towards war, and you have to be able to steer it and balance and go for the win. And this is always a really good sign that you are on the right path and that you're going to be successful with that Chariot. But why it creeps me out is that this is also a signifier, at least for me, that this is this year. This is something that is happening or could happen this year, because my yearly card for the year is the Chariot. So almost anytime I see it, I'm like, oh, the Chariot! So, and then the other one that kind of creeped me out is we got the Devil in the other deck. So we got the Devil in the Witch's Tarot, and then we got the Devil in the Wild Unknown Tarot. So it feels like at least what I'm getting is that this year is about moving forward. And this can be also like a reading that's bleeding from the first one, where it feels like we're moving on from something, and it is that selfishness. I totally feel like this is something that is like your year. This feels like this is definitely your year. You know, you need to make sure that you aren't doing anything that is that self-destructive behavior, which is like addictions and things like that. But it's really focusing on yourself and focusing on and just being completely selfish. So I feel like, especially with the Chariot energy, it's nothing that is like that negative of what the Devil usually kind of gives out, because no one wants to get the Devil. Like, let's be honest. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to be live a lot more often too. I can do longer reads, and because I'm usually like having to cut myself off because my phone can only record about like 30 minutes, and then I'm just like, all right, gotta wrap it up. All right, so let's get some clarifying cards for this 8 of Cups. Did you just see that? I'm just like, whoa! You got the Chariot and the Devil. Can I get some clarifying cards for that? Don't mind that noise. My dog she's being really sad because I'm doing tarot and not paying attention to her. Just so you know. She'll get lots of love once we're done. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay. I feel like that's good. Okay. So we got the Page of Pentacles. We got the 9 of Cups. Hello. We got the 7 of Cups. We got the 9 of Swords. We got the Queen of Wands. And then we have the 7 of Wands. Bless you. My dog just sneezed. Okay, so I do feel like there is like new money coming in. We got the last reading. We had a couple cards actually from the last reading that are coming in, actually 3. The Devil, the 9 of Cups, and the 7 of Wands. So I feel like new money is coming in, and like whatever you are looking forward to and like what you've been really wanting, I feel like the universe is definitely on your side. You have the 9 of Cups, which is the wish card. It's like your wishes are going to come true. Now, don't think that you're going to like, I wish that I win the lottery and it's going to happen. It's not like that. A lot of like the 9 of Cups kind of for me feels like a law of attraction, where it's that weird thing with life, like what am I trying to say? It's like weird synchronicities. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just weird things that keep happening, and it kind of like decisions that make you like, if you are going to like maybe come up within some money, um, something that's going to happen that it will come out that way. But it's not going to be like, I want a unicorn and then there comes a unicorn. It's not how that works, but it's what the root of your problem. Yeah, no kidding. It is the Mercury retrograde. My mouth is mush. But the 9 of Cups is really that, like, it's going to happen when it does, and it's the root of what you're wanting. And so then you have the 7 of Cups, and this is another thing, that you have this 9 of Cups, and then you have 7 of Cups. And actually, I'm starting to read more and more on tarot. I love doing tarot. I'm a good energy reader. That's kind of mostly what I go off of, is just quick energy and my intuition. And I actually read I'm reading some of my oracle books, and one of them is Black Moon astrology cards, and they're really cool. And there's one that's about Neptune, and that Neptune is the 7 of Cups, so that's actually pretty cool. But this is definitely choices. So it feels like no matter what, and it's almost like destiny in a way, no matter what your choice is, you have this wish card and it's going to come true, because you are moving on, because you are leaving the past behind, and you have so many options towards what your happiness is and what you're wanting. What is your true wish? And sometimes it's really good to actually like ask yourself, like, what do I want? What is good enough for me? And go off of that and kind of get that baseline, and that's going to usually really help you and pick the right choices. Now, I think the one thing that is going to happen with the moving on and moving from this 8 of Cups, yeah, you're going into a new chapter, and you're really in that devil energy, which is that selfishness. But I think you're going to start to get some anxiety. You might even get some depression as well, because you're in a new energy. You're leaving the BS behind, and you're getting into this new energy where it's totally different. And if you're like me, where it's change, I hate it. Like, I am the worst at change. I hate it. And I freak out a little bit over it. And then, like, once I do it, it's just like I'm cutting my hair, and I'm actually like freaking out about it a little bit, because I'm just like, I've had this for so long. And it's like, it's that change thing where you're just like, I don't like change. And it feels like this moving on and coming from it, you are like going to experience that anxiety and depression towards that change. But you know, at least with this Chariot, this is good energy. This should relieve you from that, to know that you are on the right path and you are going towards a goal that you have wished for and that you're wanting. And you know what? It's going to be good, and it's going to be okay. Then you have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands she is like the fiery, passionate, like center of attention, like socialite kind of person. And I do feel like this energy, this fiery energy, especially with this devil, you're going to get that Queen of Wands is going to come out during this time. Now, this doesn't mean that if you're a guy that, I'm going to be the Queen of Wands, it means that you're going to have that fiery energy as well as the feminine intuition, which is amazing. So you're going to have that kind of ability to have the psychic womanness. And then you're also going to have that passion and that social butterfly, fiery, passionate as well, like that characteristic as well. So I feel like this is going to be a new part of you that is coming out that doesn't come out a lot. And I feel like that is you moving on, where it's like, wow, I never thought that I was like a social butterfly. I'm usually pretty quiet. And I think big things are happening and they feel like they're happening, and it feels like it's happening this year, and you're going to really have that Queen of Wands. And then you have the Seven of Wands, and this is a card that was in the last reading, and I do feel like this is going to be a lot like what it was the last reading, where you're going to have people that are going to be questioning you on what your choices are and like why you're doing the things that you're doing. And like you're moving on, and you're changing as you move on. You are growing as a person, and I think there's going to be people that are like, well, why are you doing that, and blah blah blah. And this also might be some haters, because they're going to see you being this Queen of Wands. They're going to see you being full of passion and so happy and that social butterfly, and it's going to be like, I thought you hated people. And that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting out of it. And you know what? It's just like, bye, see ya. I don't care about you. I don't care what you think. So it's going to be definitely that devil energy, which is being very selfish and being very focused on your growth. So just make sure that you are focused on yourself, and then they can do what they need to do. But you just need to remember that this Queen of Wands is coming out, and this is going to be even more amplified if you are a fire sign. So that's Aries, Sagittarius, and or Leo. So just make sure that it's coming out. The flames are coming out, and you are going to just be blossoming into this beautiful person that you already are. But it's definitely, this feels like this is your year. Like, we all have like building years and whatnot. Mine was last year. Oh, you're triple Aries, sun, moon, and rising. Oh, girl, that's gonna be you. For sure. But this definitely feels like this is going to be your year, like for real. It feels like at least with the energy of the Chariot and the Devil, and I just feel like it's definitely going to be focused on like just positivity, yourself, growing year in the way of like, this is my year. This isn't your year. This is my year. All right, guys, I think that's it. Give this a thumbs up. Hit subscribe if you're already aren't. I don't know. And then also click the bell if you want to get notifications, because again, I'm gonna do this for a couple weeks and see what you guys say. So also comment below if you do like this being live. I already like it because I'm a rambler. I like to talk. It's like at 33, and usually I'm like, wrap it up. So yeah, just let me know. I do like to hear your guys' comments and everything, and I like constructive criticism. I don't like being called nasty names, but some people like that. All right. So let's do one more reading, and then I think we're good for the night. And just kind of, let's clear the energy. Let me get a drink. Also, LaCroix. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for watching. All right. Let's begin. Okay, what does tarot want to talk about? Okay, there's two that just flipped within the deck. Like that. So we have Ace of Swords, which is cut through the BS. And then you have Three of Swords. This is heartbreak. This is betrayal. This is bad news bears. So, I don't know. I'm trying to get the energy on this because you have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is cut through the bullshit. And then you have Three of Swords, which is breakup. And it's betrayal. It's breakthrough. It's definitely, there's some BS going on. Okay. So I feel like that this is something that is about possibly a love reading. Three of Swords can be a love reading. It definitely is now. We have Four of Wands. So this feels like this is so ridiculous. Can we say that all three readings we've had the devil? What the heck? Okay, whoa, creepy. Okay, so I feel like we have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is foundation, and it also is a wedding signifying card. So this can be like a breakup of a marriage. This can be a divorce. This can be something that like an engagement breaking up. It feels like someone was, at least with the devil, someone is obsessed with this breakup. Someone is obsessed. This can be you. This can be the other person that's involved. Someone is obsessed. And that's kind of that's what I'm getting with this devil. This is not just like addictions and being selfish. And it can be maybe a little bit of both. But I'm getting obsessed. Obsessed, 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 obsessed. And then we have there was a betrayal, there was a breakup, there was a breakthrough of some sort of foundation. This can be like a marriage, this can be something that is like that. But with that Ace of Swords, it's time to cut through that. It's time to cut that out, that obsession. And it feels like what I'm like feeling right now is almost like, you know, you're just picking at it. Just pick. Like just remember that. And it's almost like you relive it. And it just feels, that's kind of like the energy that I'm getting of just like, can't believe that they did that. I can't believe that they did that. So it's that like just replaying it over and over again. And I feel like this is just a sign of like, we need to stop this. We need to not be in that like aggressively like obsessive about this relationship because it's over. And it doesn't mean that it's over forever. We'll have to see what the cards say, but for me it's like right now just let it lie. Like that's just kind of what it feels like. It's stop picking at it, stop trying to bring it up. Stop having it relive in your life because it feels like this is an obsession. This is something that is just going over and over and over again. And it's time to stop it. That's that Ace of Swords being like, it's done. Okay, so the first card that came out was Five of Swords. Five of Swords is that victory. That's another card that we just had. It was the Five of Swords is about victory, but it's not really a victory. It's a really, oh my gosh. Okay, that's 3. Oh my word. This creeps me out. So Five of Swords is like a victory, but it's not really a victory. So I feel like this breakup, whether what happened, and I'll have to see what the other cards say, but it feels like you were the one that broke up. Like it feels like you were the one that stopped it because they betrayed you and that you were like, nope, I'm done. And it feels like that's what is kind of becoming like obsessed and like being like pick. And just like, why did they do that to me? Why did they make me have to do this? Why do I have to be like this? And this is all their fault. This is all that. And so here's a creepy thing. We also got that Four of Wands. So Four of Wands came up in a completely different deck. And it definitely is something that is a marriage or very serious relationship. There is waiting energy, which is that 3 of Wands. You also have 5 of Pentacles. And 5 of Pentacles is kind of like an out of the it's out in the cold. It's definitely like the like in the Witch's Tarot, the best way to describe it is a really barren tree, and it has 5 pentacles on it, and then peeking out of this, and it's all snow, it's all like winter, dead of winter, and then there's like one single flower that's coming up from the bottom, and it's there's hope. And I think that's the biggest thing of this. That's why I said that this isn't over yet. It doesn't feel like it's over. I'm getting any cards. I just turned over the other cards. I don't feel like this is over yet, but or like completely over. But I do think, at least for right now, it just needs to stop, and you need to just have it be winter time and have it be lying. There's that waiting energy. I do feel like this relationship is going to be coming back into your life. I don't feel like it is something that is necessarily like, yeah, this is like, we're going to be together again and blah, blah, blah. But this situation is going to be brought up, and it feels like there isn't a lot of closure because of that obsession. When you have that obsession, you know, like, at least for me, there hasn't been any sort of resolution. It just kind of like ended, done, and then it was just like broken apart. And so you're kind of like left with the pieces, and you're trying to figure out where you were victorious and being like, I'm not going to take that BS. I'm not going to be treated like this. But you're the one that's ending up in heartbreak as well. So it does feel like there is waiting energy, that this is going to be addressed later. It doesn't feel like it's right now. And honestly, like right now, at least with the messages that I'm getting, is that you need to cut this obsession out. You need to stop with the obsession. It needs to stop. Then we also have the Mother of Wands, which is Queen of Wands. We were just talking about her. These are duplicate cards, guys. This is crazy because I'm shuffling them and it's different decks. So this is why sometimes tarot creeps me out. But you have the Mother of Wands. So if you are like a fire energy, or your fire sign, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this can be totally about you. This is also a sign as well that you need to be focusing on you and your passions, and focusing on what makes you happy. And you need to make sure that you have that like fiery energy, and that you are embodying the Queen of Wands. And I feel like when you do that, because it's easy to get stuck in that obsession, and it's easy to get stuck in that kind of like ick feeling and whatnot, and it feels like there's a lot of ick. What happened? It feels like it was just not good. Whatever that happened, that was this betrayal, not good. So you need to really get that Queen of Wands up, like that energy up, and really focus on it. And then you have 8 of Swords, which that is a way of feeling trapped. That is something where you feel like you are trapped. I feel like this is, at least in this reading, that you are trapped in this emotion, that you are very trapped, feeling like, I can't ever get over this. I can't, because you are obsessing over it. You are obsessing over it. So you are like, I can't get over this. I can't get this situation out of my head. I can't get over it. I'm stuck in it, and it feels like I'm forever stuck in it. And you know, the thing about the 8 of Swords is that you aren't really stuck in it. It's all in your head. And I feel like that's what this Ace of Swords is trying to tell you as well, where it's like, it's not as bad as it seems. It's bad, and what happened was bad, but we need to move on from it, and you were not trapped in this because you don't deserve to be trapped in this. And again, there is the Four of Pentacles. And so the Four of Pentacles is the, it's holding on. It's holding on to just baloney. There's some pictures that show, sorry, it's really bright. Let me go get this blind. There we go. So you have the Four of Pentacles, and that's just holding on to stuff. That's holding on to like almost being like a hoarder, and almost being like just holding on to negativity and holding on to stuff that doesn't need to be held on. And I totally feel like this totally, I said totally so many times, but it feels like this does really coincide with all of what's going on, because you are holding on to what happened with this Three of Swords. And truly, just from the energy that I'm feeling, and it feels like what happened is something that you don't share with a lot of people. I feel like what has happened has been so heartbreaking and so much betrayal that it's even hard to like go on and tell people about like, oh, I thought you were with this person, blah blah blah. And it's just, I don't know what it is, but it just feels like it is just not good. It doesn't feel like, oh yeah, you know, it's this. It's something that's pretty bad. So I just think that moving on, like I said before, that this is kind of on pause. This you will get resolution. You will. I feel like it was resolution that's going to be coming into the future. But for right now, it's definitely waiting energy, and you definitely need to be working on yourself. It feels like you need to, and that can be also that devil too. That can be that flip of the coin as well, where it's like you need to be selfish. You need to be working on yourself, and you need to cut through the bullshit, because what happened to you is totally messed up and dumb. And it feels like you're the only one that's dealing with all the negativity. And you know what the thing is once you actually cut this obsession, this pick, it's going to get so much better. And I feel like you just need to really center onto what makes you happy, what truly makes you happy. What do channel the Queen of Wands, channel that energy, channel that passion, channel everything that you are like wanting, that makes you happy, that like gives you passion. Like, do you like, what did you like to do as a child? Did you love to paint and draw? Start doing that. Did you like to color books? Get some adult coloring books. They're really fun to do. One of the things that I've done is that I used to sing in choir when I was younger, and now I'm in an adult women's choir. Shout out to Boise Women's Chorus. Whoop whoop. And so you have to find those things that gives you passion, that gives you light, that gives you that. And when you start to find these little nuggets of joy and little things that get away from that heartbreak and get away from what this happened, you're going to find a new part of yourself, and you're going to be surprised on how flippin' strong you are and how amazing you are becoming. All right, guys, I think that is it. Hit like and subscribe if you aren't already, and hit that notification bell as well to be notified for me doing live readings. I'm so excited that you guys were here. For the latecomers, I don't, this is Tarot Tidings, so I don't do live readings with people. I do free readings, but you have to be following my Instagram, and my Instagram is Witch of Boise. I do free readings once a month, and I will do a post on Instagram. I try to do a heads up as well the day before, or like pretty close to when I'm going to be posting, so you guys can get a heads up and get ready to go at it and get it. So the thing is that it is very limited spaces, and it's also limited time that I have it up. It's usually about 2 to 3 hours, and I have limited slots. Last time I believe it was 20 slots, and even from how extensive of a readings I do, I'm actually going to be cutting that down as well, because it is a lot of work. And when I offer my readings, I don't just do like, okay, here's a card, here, found it. Like, it's what I would want as a reading. I'm very straightforward and very much a very comprehensive reading, and it's almost like a 45 minute to 60-minute reading that I do. And like the last time I did it was a text reading, so I did the whole cards. I had to write down everything what I was feeling, and it was all in conversation on text, so I had to move that to the DMs and IG. It's been a mess. So I'm pretty sure that this month I am going to be doing video readings. So I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do that, whether I'm going to do it on YouTube and send you guys a link or whatnot. But just make sure that you do follow me on Instagram. Again, it is Witch of Boise. And just so you know that you are watching this, which, woohoo, so happy that you are. Just so you know, it is going to be at the end of March. So it's going to be the last week of March is when I will put that post out. So keep an eye out on it and make sure that you do follow Instagram, me on Instagram, which is that Witch of Boise, because that is one of the requirements in order to win, is to follow me on Instagram. So I think that's it. I'm so happy I got to spend my evening with you guys. You guys are great. It was so much fun. I really actually enjoy this a lot because I can just blah, 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 and read cards, and it's so much fun. So again, I just really appreciate all that you guys do. You guys are amazing. Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, good morning. Sorry, it is evening here in Boise, Idaho. Ooh, so I'm so glad that you guys came. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome, and I hope to see you soon. Have a great week.